Oh, hi there. I was just playing with my Tinker toys. I grew up in Chicago. Now, growing up in Chicago was a lot of fun. There were many neighborhood dime stores, candy stores, all within walking distance. We shopped at Sears, Toys R Us, Woolworths, Kmart, Herman's Sporting Goods, and Stanton Hobby Shop. There were lots of mom and pop stores. Now my mother, she always made Christmas a very special time. She made crafts throughout the year and sold them at a holiday sale around Thanksgiving. She always earned enough money to buy me and my brothers a few special toys, and of course, some clothes that we needed but didn't necessarily want. Today on Alley Picked, I'm going to show you over 100 toys that I have. Some I got when I was a kid, some I acquired as an adult. Hopefully, many of these toys are going to bring back some special memories of your childhood and seeing once again your toys from Christmas past.
Who and what are you?
We are the toys from Christmas past.
In order to show you 100 toys, I'm going to need to break this video into two parts. Part 1 will be toys 1 through 50, and next week I'll show you 50 more. The hardest part of Tinker Toys is trying to get them all to fit back into the container. From a lot of the comments I get, Tippet was one of people's favorite games.
Tippet, 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 Tippet.
There are lots of pieces to this game, but the best piece was this little balancing man. If he fell off on your turn, you lose. Here's a classic game known as jacks. You drop the jacks in a random pattern on the playing surface, toss the ball in the air, and with the tossing hand you quickly scoop up one jack and try to catch the ball with the same hand between the first and second bounce. Rock'em Sock'em Robots. No instructions needed here. You just bash the other robot. When his head flies off, you win. The Crazy Clock Game. It's similar to the Mousetrap game, only this Rube Goldberg contraption ends with a sleeping man jumping out of his bed after a candle burns his feet. See and Spell. It came in many variations. This completely metal version is like a slot machine. Pull the lever and whatever picture it lands on, you try to spell that word. Lift the metal flap to see if you are correct. Kerplunk. Insert the plastic sticks, load the marbles, and players take turns removing a stick. Whatever marbles fall are yours, and the person with the fewest marbles wins. Trouble. You move your pieces around the board and try to get to the home squares. It was always fun to push the Pop-O-Matic dice flipper in the center of the board.
Have you got trouble? Wait, don't run. This kind of trouble is lots of fun. Pop-O-Matic pops the dice, pops the 6, and you move twice. Race your men around the track and try to send the others back. That's Pop-O-Matic trouble.
Cootie. You roll the dice, and the first person to complete their Cootie creature is the winner.
You can trust the Cootie Company.
Place all the metal rods in the holes on the board, slide on the wooden balls, and the first person to get 4 in a row is the winner. Dominoes is a classic game and still played today. For me though, the best part was setting them up and knocking them down. Checkers is one of the oldest games in the world, dating back to 3000 BC. This sold set for 29 cents at Osco Drugstore. Here's an even older set. These wooden pieces have a crown on the front and the Empire State Building on the back. Password is a guessing game played in teams. The word can only be seen when the card is inserted into the sleeve and passes behind the red filter. Tumblebug is a 4-player game. As your plastic piece rolls down the ramp, you have to be the first one to the finish line. Here's an interesting toy I came across at a flea market. It came this way without any printing on the cover. It's an electronics building kit. It comes with wires, motors, screws, light bulbs, and other supplies you need to learn basic circuitry. Playing cards are very common, and they date back centuries. Some say they date back to the Chinese over 1,000 years ago. Companies often advertised on playing cards, like these from American Airlines. This is a cribbage board. Cribbage is a card game played with a standard 52 card deck and a cribbage board. Pinochle is another strategy game that is played using a 48 card deck rather than the standard 52. There's been thousands of different card inspired games, like Phase 10, Over and Out. Here's a card game called Touring from 1926. A Howdy Doody card game. Here's one called Snap. These cards here are smaller, and it's a game called Wild West. Here's a quiz game from 1940. It consists of questions printed on cards, and the answers are in the instruction book. This is toy number 25. As I head to the halfway point on part 1 of the Toys of Christmas Past, I thought I'd give you a quick demonstration of clackers. Yeah, they let kids play with clackers. The Royal Game of is one of the oldest known board games to mankind. Since I don't date back to 2500 BC, despite what my grandchildren say, I'm going to have to show you some board games from back when I was a kid. Many of the board games from my generation involved moving plastic or metal pieces along a path with various obstacles along the way, with all of the players racing towards the finish line. This tic-tac-toe game involved shooting a ping pong ball into a bucket with different point values, while trying to get 3 in a row to win the challenge. Concentration. This was also a television game show. All of the squares get covered with a number and a picture or yellow card. Players take turns by picking 2 numbers, revealing the prizes underneath. If they match, the cards are removed. Once enough of the puzzle underneath is visible for a player to figure out what it says, if he guesses correctly, he wins.
Let me see. What is it?
It's still the survival game.
Let's play.
Last one with the marble on the board wins. Your turn. Move a lever.
I'm gonna block that strategy. I'm out.
Me too.
Uh-oh.
I win. I'm a sole survivor.
Jan Murray's Treasure Hunt game from the 1950s was also a television game show.
In front of you is a curtain. Behind that curtain are treasures, fantastic treasures worth over $50,000. The National Broadcasting Company is proud to present Treasure Hunt. And now, here is the star of our show, Jan Murray.
These are just a few of the designs that can be made with Spirograph by Kenner. Change wheels, change colors, make a million multicolored designs, each so beautiful your eyes won't believe what your hands have done. Spirograph by Kenner.
Inventors is a game where you move around the board collecting inventions and getting patents for them. For me though, the best part was the invention contraption to roll the dice. The Uncle Wiggily game is for 2 to 4 players. There are various rules to move around the board, but the winner is the player who first gets to Dr. Possum's office. These are metal roller skates that clamp onto your shoes. If you ever use these, I know that you remember that distinct sound of the metal wheels rolling across the sidewalk. This is a Music Box Tick-Tock clock by Fisher-Price. Nowadays, I'll bet you'll see a lot of kids out there who don't even know how to tell time using an analog clock. Back in the day, there were many educational toys like chemistry sets and this microscope set. This is an electronic project kit from Radio Shack. You actually learned about transformers, relays, and circuits. The original C batteries are still in the box, and this is a very well-made kit. It even comes in this quality wooden box. How could you not have fun with a barrel of monkeys?
Nothing's more fun than a barrel of monkeys, you've heard people say. You can own the barrel of monkeys, the lakeside game so easy to play. Empty the barrel, pick up a monkey, hook them together one by one. The trick is to make a chain of 12.
Steady now, you've just begun.
The lakeside barrel of monkeys is a barrel of fun.
Why are you hiding under the basket?
Because everybody wants to play with my Etch-a-Sketch, that's why. This is the magic picture I'm making, see?
Why is it magic?
Because I'm not using pencils or crayons or chalk. I just turn the knobs to make the lines go up and down and all around. And look, no mess. And when I turn the Etch-a-Sketch upside down and shake, it all disappears. That's magic, mister.
These next 5 games I have never played. I like to pick up old toys and games from flea markets and estate sales when I find them. As we come to the end of this video, you're probably saying to yourself, "Ah, nuts, I don't want it to end." So, subscribe and hit that notification bell and you will be the first to know when my next video is available.
Heaven and nature sing.